Hello everybody, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. 994. Our solve count could be the big 1000 today. Where were we? It's been a little while. Oh, we got silver on Loopy. And yeah. Do I want to go for gold on Loopy? I don't know. Loopy mismatch. Oh god, okay. There cannot be a point where exactly 3 borders meet. Okay, well, that has to be a border then. That has to be a border. That and that have to be borders. That has to have a border. Okay, that's a start. So that's our 1. And on mismatch, we can have 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3s. I feel like with this existing, and I mean, that could do that, I guess. But what else do I know for certain? Well, this can't be a 1. That can't be that, so that has to go out to there. That can't do that, so it has to go out to there. That can't do that, so it has to go out to there. That has to all exist, and that has to all exist, and that has to all exist, because we can't have lines coming in from the edges. We've got the 1 already, so we can't have another 1. What else do we know? Well, we can't have that line there. So that must exist. We can't have that line there, so that must exist. Okay. Keep that up. These can't both be 3s. This either has to be this, or that has to be a line there, and that has to be that. Except that can't do that. Interesting. So does that have to be this then? Could even be that. But we can't take that cell. That's fine. That seems fine as well, honestly. That can't do that, that can't do that. That could just be a 3. Okay, we can't do that yet. My brain struggles so much with these rules. We can't have 2 1s. My brain can't process Loopy in the same way it does so many other mechanics. And now I have no idea where I might have gone wrong at all. Because, like, all of this just feels so arbitrary. Like, if I just look at this, there is at least one mistake in there. I've got no idea where the mistake in there is whatsoever. So back to what we know. We can't have any of these outside line edges. That can't have an edge. Oh, sorry, that can't have an edge. That can't have an edge. That there. That there. And that there. That gave us the 1. Okay. So if we have a 1, that means this can't be a 1. But we can't have that line there, so that's going to join to that. That can't be a 1. That line can't exist. That's going to join to that. This line can't exist. That can't exist. That can't exist. So that's all a space, I hope. What else do we know for certain? That can't exist, so that must. This can't join onto that through the wall. So that must exist. What other wall line segments can we work with right now? Is the real question. This can't exist alone, so it must come out. We can't have that line, so that's going to join together. You could come in there, or you could... Okay, you can't come down to there, so you must come over there. That can't do that and make a T, so that must do that. Yeah, it's the you can't have T's level. It's all dead ends. Yeah, everything just works to dead ends. I mean, I like the look of that. But part of the problem was this cell here that I can't make work. Ah, that could do that, couldn't it? So you can't be a 1. That line can't exist, so that has to get out. God. So your problem is that there's 2 dominoes if I do that. I can't have another single. That's the same shape as that. I can't see this damn rule in my mind's eye and I hate it. Okay, up to here, are we okay? Okay, we're fine up to here, we just have to muddle through this last bit. So, this can't be a line, therefore that's going to have to go up. That can't be a single, that can't take that. So that has to go to there. We have a 3-liner already. That can't be a... That has to be a cross because it can't do that. So you get that. Okay. You can't take that. So this. You can't take that. But we can't have two ones. How do we do this? This is correct. I just have to get my brain around this last bit. It's only a difficulty 3 puzzle. That must exist because that can't exist. Then who gets this set? Can't do that. This can't exist. I just want my brain to operate on this level, and it just doesn't, and I hate it. This is correct. This is correct. How do I do this tile? Who do you belong to? Can't have 2 2s. Can't have that. Can't have that. This is correct. Why can't my brain see this? Can't do that, so it must do this. You must get out. You can't belong to that. Oh, it was all just one giant space, you bellend. Oh, I don't love it. 5, 3. Loopy, palisade, rose windows. So it's 2 shapes in the whole thing. That terrifies me. Because we've got, yeah, two roses means the whole thing is just 2 shapes. And there's no T's in the whole shape. So, this cannot do this. Therefore, that must be a line. That must be a line. Where's my logic into this puzzle? Without having any of these at the edges, I don't know where I'm starting. Oh, well, start at the edges. There cannot be a point with exactly 3 borders. So, that must exist. And therefore, that's a dead end coming out this way. Yeah, once you remember the outside edge is one big line, that helps kickstart things, doesn't it? That could hypothetically be that. So I don't know quite what to make of that yet. Equally, that could do that, and that would be okay. So what else do I know for certain? It's a great question. Well, okay. This line can't exist. So that has to do that. This color can't be the same as this color. So I'm gonna do, this is blue and this is red. So that means that this can't be blue. So that's red, which means this is blue. So it's basically going to be an island in the center of all of the other stuff. That can't be... Oh, no, that can be a line. That can be a line. But those can't be lines, but that doesn't matter right now. What else do we know is true? You would have to, with your, this line having to exist, we have 3 options for which is the open side. If it's 1, that would be okay. If it's 2, that seems like it would be fine. It can't be 3. So that line must exist. Okay, what else? These guys can't do that, obviously. They can do that. But I don't feel like I'm not just colouring in when I do that. You know? What does Loopy tell me here? I know that's red. Because it can't be blue. This is the blue one. That can't be a line? Sure. That can't be a line. Like this, red has to get out, right? So that's fine. This one too, right now, worries me because it feels like it could be ambiguous. Like, this could be as much as a solution as this is, which is terrifying. But maybe this cell or some other cell deambiguates that. Disambiguates? What else? I don't know why this feels good to me. Like this is on the outside, that's on the inside. Now I'm mostly vibing. This can't be because I can't get the red in there. How would I get the red to the rest of this via this? I don't know that I could. Right, that was more colouring than I should be doing. This can't exist. That has to get out. I'm still not sure about this, or how to get through any of this right now. This mechanic just doesn't gel with my brain. And it didn't before, but I'm upset that it hasn't kind of stitched itself into my brain a bit as I've gone on to do many, many other puzzles. Because if I'm this slow doing a loopy 3, later on there's going to be like a compass 7 with loopy in it, and I'm not going to be able to see the loopy logic at a pace which is going to be helpful. That's what terrifies me so much. I'll just get rid of that for a second. Is this all correct so far? Yep. Okay. So what's next is what I really don't quite understand. This can't do this because they'd be the same on both sides. Does that mean it has to be that? Can it be any other way? Can't be that. I think it can only be that way. And so that makes those red. And they have to get out from their wall. I think, I hope. That could be blue. But if that's blue... Oh, my brain doesn't see it and I hate it. That's got to be a line. That can't exist. So this could be blue. Could just do that instead. Why is this so hard? Why doesn't my brain get it at all? I know that must exist. I can't even, like, just kind of colour my way into it. Which gives me hope that, like, a lot of my previous intuition on other puzzles that went really smoothly, even when I was quote-unquote colouring, was just, like, me having a good understanding of what was going on. Whereas now it's just, like, my brain looks and sees so little. We can't do that. So that, all that must be true. We can't have this in place. That doesn't really help me though, does it? How do we colour you two in? That looks okay, doesn't it? Except now I can't get this red to this in any way. Because I can't do that. If I could do that, that would be great. But I can't. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Okay, so I think that has to be there. And that means it can't be blue. Which means it would have to be red. Can't do that. But I can't divide everything up between these two. Yeah, there's... How do I figure any move out from here? This might be the dumbest I've ever felt playing this game. Ever. I was feeling really good before I sat down to play, and now I'm just like... Brain does what? Loopy, Palisade, Rose Windows. Rose Windows we know is just 2 colours, and the 2 colours can't exist on both sides of a wall. That's fine. Loopy, we can't make T-shapes. But right now, apart from... Like, these don't even have full borders, so I know I can't do that, but I can do that, I can do that, so it doesn't help me. Who does what else? I can't see it. I hate it. So this is correct. We got this far. And I got this far for reasons that I can understand, which is fine. It's what to do next after this that I have really no idea about. Well, okay. If I've decided that this line exists, then that must do that and must be red. If this is true, then that leaves these reds as a gate that we can't cross. So, if this has to be true, we can do that way. We can't do this. So you pick up that, but then that doesn't work. Oh, that can do that. That's fine. Then how do we deal with this? How do we deal with that? I don't understand anything anymore. I really don't feel like I learned anything there, which is a problem. 4. You got any simple ones? 6. What does a 6 look like? Hell, that's what it looks like. 5. 5. Yeah, my brain just doesn't get there. Loopy, rose windows. We can do this. Okay. I feel like some of these are going to have to do this, because I can't do this all the way around, because that gets all of the yellows. But I guess we do know that this, this, and this must be their own colors, right? And does that mean all of these must exist in full? Well, that would make this yellow not get out to a red, because that would have to be that. I mean, it could go around a whole corner. That would be valid as well. Okay, so we can do that, but we don't have to draw in all the lines yet because some of them can take corners if they need to. It's 4 groups total. It's like, that could be a group. Hypothetically. This line, I feel like, should teach me a decent amount about where a line, like where a border is going to exist further because of loopy. But again, I'm trying to learn the logic here rather than just going, oh, that probably works and dabbling my way through. I understand I can't do that and that I can do this. Okay, well, here we go. This can't do that, and we can't do that. So that one must exist as a cross because we can't have the yellow existing in 2 regions. That's fine. I understand that. This must exist because we can't have the 2 reds sharing a region. The yellow needs to get to a blue and a red. If it did this, that would exist. That would be fine. Otherwise, it's probably doing that. Can't do just this, though. Has to commit all the way across. Then, what do we do? Great question. Great question. We've got 4 regions. That's a line there, because the blue region can't join over. Then what is next true? Well, this red isn't getting to this yellow and isn't getting to that yellow. So this red is getting to either this yellow or this yellow. If it were this one, then that would have to do that. We now need blue. Could go that way or that way. Can't do that. Can't do that. So could be that way. Excuse you. Red, yellow, blue. That doesn't work, does it? Does it? I don't think it does. This red is not getting that yellow or that yellow. If it gets this one, we need a blue. Can't do that. Can't do that. There's this one. They can't do that. That can't get to a yellow. So is it this one? And then that needs a blue. Has to be this blue. That has to have a line, so that comes out to here. Oh god. Can I do that instead? Maybe. Maybe. He kind of got to a solution on his own. Is that... Can I get to main menu? That put me at... Did we not start in 997 today? I thought I would be like 990 or 100. 999 or 100. Show me everything. 433. Oh, not more Palisades. Come on, give me something my brain can work with. Loopy mingle shape. Neighbouring regions must have different shapes. So, you're the one in there. That must exist, because that can't exist. So, you get that. We can't have any T-shapes. So that can't exist. So you get that. That can't exist, so you get that. That gets there. But it's mingle shape. Neighbouring regions must have different shapes. Okay. What else do we know? That can't exist, so you have to get out. That can't exist, so you have to get out. That can't exist, so you have to get out. That can exist if I do that. Okay. So that's as far as that gets so far. That can't exist because we can't have those ones together. That can't be a 2. That can't exist. That can't exist. So I think that's doing that. I think. Possibly this, but unknown. That can't exist. That has to go down. I should have saw that one way earlier. What else do we know? Can't have these 2s next to each other, but how that resolves yet, I don't know. Part of me wonders if, like, that ends up being a shape. Like, that also looks nice, you know? Right, what would stop that from existing? Oh, okay. I'll take it. And then that puts us at 998 then? Yeah, 2 more. I already thought I was closer to it when we started today. 4, 6, 5, 7. How big is this goddamn region? Pretty chunky, evidently. A 2? I missed a 2? Precision 32. 64. Well, first of all, this. And then we need 4 more. Hey, I learned something. Something made sense to me. One more not terrible one. Well, that goes there. And it's 2 regions. So that has to do that. But also, this. Then this is going to be the opposing color. That has to go to there. How does this resolve? Oh, that could do that, I guess. Couldn't it? Now, this has to get a rose. It can't just sit there as a domino on its own. So... what else do I know? Okay, well... that can't exist, so that has to go up. Great start. If this were parallel, that would have to exist like that. That can't go both sides of itself. But this can't exist. But this can't exist. Why is this so hard? That can exist. That can't exist. I don't understand how this guy is gonna be there like that. Why does my brain not work on this level? This whole mechanic just breaks me. I know this is true. Has to be true. Yep. Everything's correct so far, and that makes complete sense to me. It's the next step that I'm like, what? If this is parallel, that has to go up. Which means this would have to be red, and also this would have to be red, but it can't be. Which means that's parallel. That's blue. I can't do that. Why can't I see what's going on here at all? This shouldn't be this hard. Shouldn't have been that hard, but we got it. And that makes... oh, now it's 1,000 solved. I swear this count is being buggy, but at 1,000 solved, we will stop there for today. Thank you ever so much for putting up with my loopy incompetence. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.